Hey, what is up everyone? So for today we're going to be changing the air filter on my Focus ST. Now the only reason why is because mine's already at 16,000 miles and you want to change it at least every 10-15,000. Sometimes it's less. I haven't really checked the specs in the owner's manual, but I'm pretty sure at 15,000 is when it needs to be changed, and if not, it was at 10,000. So either or, it needs to be done. I went ahead and went with an AEM dry filter, just because I wanted the extra, kind of airflow to go through it, plus the extra filtration. Now there is a whole discussion about if you go for an aftermarket one, would you go oil based or non-oil based? It's just personal preference, but in data spec, basically the oil one that comes from the green filter has a little bit less filtration than the dry one, and it really just depends on where you live. I live in a very dusty area with there's a lot of dust particles out there, so I'd rather have that extra protection to my engine. But if you live in the city, oil one would work just fine and you would have no issues. Also keep in mind the Focus does not have a MAF sensor, so if you're worried about your MAF sensor going wrong or going whatever just because of the oils, that's not going to happen because ours is not a MAF sensor. So let's just start off with the easiest and lifting this guy up. Now your filter should be on the right hand of your car or driver's side, and then you have these 8mm right here that you have to take off. Also, please keep in mind that these guys do not come out of here, so if you just continue trying to screw it off, it will not come off. But as soon as all these are out, you should be fine. These ones are out, and then there's just one right in here that you might want to get an extra extension besides this one that I already have. Alright, so taking off the cover, we can see this guy's right here, so let's just gently pull this off like this. Got my battery over here. So basically now you have this big old empty hole, but just to take a look at this guy here, you can see it really did its job in filtrating. Let's try to see if we can open these. Yeah. Not much into it. It looks like you could still get some couple mileages off of it, but you can see all these bigger particles here that are inside. So in this sense here you can see a little bit more dust, but yeah, these bigger particles here that you guys can see, like these little rocks and I don't know what is, probably bugs or just debris from outside. But yeah, this is what I'm trying to prevent my car of it all getting sucked inside. We have both the regular Motocraft one, and then you have the AEM one, and honestly they're pretty big in size. And if you look at this, it looks really good in terms of for filtration and everything else. Let's just hope it really does filter as much. So I did take off this guy just because it was in the way, but you can see here there's a groove right here at the edge where this right here, this lip that's on here, needs to be tucked in and make sure it's really in there. So let's go ahead. Okay, everything's in place, it's nice and fine. Just making sure everything is aligned on this side here because I don't want anything to be sucking in from the side, but we should be fine just like this. So now lastly, just put your covers back on, like this guy here has to go back on. There you go, nicely. And then this guy has to go back on. Lastly, let's just make sure you also be able to clean up your engine bay. Now that everything is nice and clean, don't forget to put on your sticker, because just in case you take it somewhere and they start saying things, then you could at least make sure that for whatever reason this guy doesn't get stolen or whatever, or replaced. Overall, this should be a really easy 5-minute install if it's just taking off 4 8mm bolts, popping it off, taking it out, putting it back in, and then boom, 5 minutes would be max. Well, I do hope you guys didn't like the video. Like I said, it was a very easy install. If you're making it more for like an induction noise or a suction noise that comes from that, you can always go green filter and take off your cover. For me, I'm going for maximum protection at this point in terms of the extra filtration as well as the cover being stuck on, because I don't want any more, you know, bigger particles going into that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys have any questions in regards to if it would fit, which part number it is or anything, I will put the part number in my description down below of where I bought it, because I did buy it on Amazon for like $40, cheaper than the green filter and everyone else. So don't forget to also like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye.